Saturdays and Ego on the morning show on one of the Saturdays' birthday. Rochelle, wasn't it? Rochelle. Oh, where are you, Sally?
I'm the fourth microphone.
Oh, there you are. Hello.
Rochelle Humes.
Well, Sally's moved, you see.
Yeah, sat next to Mark to monitor him because I don't trust him to be on his own.
And it's because we have a guest in the studio this morning, and it's very nice to welcome Mike Bailey from the British Council. Good morning, Mike.
Morning, Mike.
Good morning, both of you.
Good morning. Well, welcome to the show, and tell us a little bit about yourself and about what you do for the British Council.
Okay, a little bit about myself. I came to Egypt 30 years ago, my first job.
Oh, wow.
Was here for a couple of years, and then I've worked with the British Council since then.
Okay.
In various jobs. I've been working now in Egypt for 2 months.
Okay, so you're back after 30 years later.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's
fantastic.
And how do you think it's changed in that time?
I don't actually. A lot of things haven't changed. A lot of things are the same. I think there's a lot of the hospitality here is still as incredible as it was, and that's really, kind of been great to come back to. I think there are more cars in Cairo now. I may be wrong, but
I think you're definitely right.
And I bet you missed the Fool and the Tamea and stuff as well over the years.
Yeah. No, it's great to be back to those. As well,
yeah, exactly. So what is it you do for the British Council?
Okay, so I'm the Director of Examinations here. So I work with a fantastic group of people at the British Council in Cairo and Alexandria, and we deliver UK assessments across the country. We do a lot of school exams, and also, like today, I'm talking about the IELTS exam that we deliver here, and we've delivered for about 25 years here.
Okay, so this is the International English Language Testing System, is
Exactly,
what it stands for. Yeah. So what is that for anyone who is listening and doesn't know what it is?
Okay, so it's an exam. It's kind of the world's premium English language proficiency exam. It's taken by around 3 million people a year.
3 million people?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is for non-native English speakers?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's used for a variety of reasons, and it basically opens doors.
Okay.
And it opens doors for largely younger people, younger students and young professionals. And it opens doors to further education. It opens doors to further education overseas and also locally. It opens doors to jobs and careers. And it opens doors when people want to move to another country to live.
Right, because it tests their level of English and tells them what they need to work on and that sort of thing. Okay.
But how do you say it? Because everybody in Egypt says it different.
Yes.
IELTS is the way that most people say it. So how do you actually say it?
I warm up here. IELTS.
IELTS.
Yes.
Could they have not come up with a simpler term for it? Something that's easy to say, less controversial. IELTS. We've got it now.
It's talking about your
got
English
it.
is your first language. I don't know what your excuse is.
Only just, to be fair. Well, we're going to come back because there's something very exciting happening with IELTS.
IELTS. He's useless.
No, you said it wrong.
I didn't.
IELTS, you said.
IELTS, isn't that right? Did I say it wrong?
No, IELTS, please.
IELTS.
Oh, I just did it. Oh, man.
Yeah, clever clogs.
We're both useless. So something new is happening. What is that thing here in Egypt for the very first time that you're here to talk about?
Okay, so traditionally, IELTS, as with a lot of assessments currently, has been delivered with pen and paper.
Okay.
As most people will recognise, I'm sure the listeners will recognise those times in their lives when they've had to sit in a room and papers are delivered and pens and pencils.
Traumatic
and
moments.
Erasers. Everybody's traumatised on the radio.
Yeah.
That still continues, and that is a very important way of us delivering the exam, and we continue to do that in Egypt. But what we've realised in the British Council is that the way people are working, studying, communicating has changed. And a lot of people now are used to doing those things on a laptop, computer, through a keyboard.
Right.
And so in response to that, in response to the way, people's behaviours changing and the way the market's changing, we've now taken up the IELTS and the same content, and we're delivering it now through computers to respond to that. And it also allows us to, as I say, respond to kind of what the customers would like to be doing, but it also allows us to be able to do more testing in more places, again, so that people have better access to that test.
Okay, so this is computer-delivered IELTS. And what does that mean for the individual person? How would that work for me if I was going to be taking my IELTS?
Is there a difference between the paper and the digital version of the test?
Basically, the content of the test is the same as the pen and paper version. But as I say, obviously it's moved onto a new platform, and the way in which you interact with that test is through the keyboard and through a computer screen. But in terms of, and the speaking part of the test, an important part of the test, we've kept that face-to-face.
Okay.
Because we believe that's very important, that people will be able to kind of perform better talking to a person.
A human being.
Having a conversation sort of thing.
Yeah.
But as I say, the way that it's delivered, it has changed. The way that people now can register for the test. Sorry, I'm getting my words.
That's all right.
It's okay.
It's the nerves.
That's a daily occurrence on my part, so you're good.
Sorry. So
I'm afraid, Mike, you failed the speaking part of the IELTS.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to ask you to leave the studio. No, yes, you were saying.
No, so in terms of people now are able to book online and book these tests much more quickly. As I say, they're much more frequent testing, and we'll be going to expanding our testing over the next few months, and people should check our website for information on that. In terms of the results, there's a big gain there, because the results will be delivered between 5 and 7 days after the test, whereas in the paper and pen version it takes 13 days. So again, for people who need their result much more quickly, that is delivered through the computer-based, computer-delivered exam.
If you are taking IELTS, what kind of things are you going to be asked about? What kind of things are you tested on?
The great thing about the IELTS test is it's based on real-life situations, and it's really asking people to prepare for real-life situations that they're going to be put in. So it's using real English in real-life situations. There are basically 4 parts to the test. There's a listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And within those different aspects of the test, as I say, the tasks you're asked to do relate to real-life tasks. And there are 2, sorry, I don't want to go into too much detail, but there are 2 types of tests. There's an academic test for those who are going on to study, which looks at an academic context. And then there's a general IELTS test, which is more for people who are moving for work or to go and live in another country.
And can you tell us the answers to the questions?
If you could just pass over the answer sheet, that would be fabulous.
For NileFM.
But it's really great to hear that it's relevant to actual real life situations. 'Cause I think we've all been in situations at school at one point or whatever where they give you these if you're studying a foreign language, these conversation tests where they're like,
the cat is on the table.
Yeah. Can you please tell me where the nearest telephone box is? Which is not, I don't know the last time anyone used a telephone box, to be fair. So things like that. So it's good to hear that it's not just the format that's been updated, but also the content of the test.
No, and that's really important. And I think as well we need to mention that people shouldn't be too worried about the test or too stressed out about the test, because like I say, people do need to do some preparation. People need to understand the tasks they're going to be completing. And to support people in that, at the British Council, we provide lots of free material and free prep tools.
Okay.
So there are apps available online that our listeners can listen to. We offer free information sessions for candidates. We provide candidates with a free preparation book, which I have right here.
Mike
you
is
have one.
pulling it out.
Preparation and practice tests for IELTS. I've got the book right there. 80 years in Egypt, British Council, it says on it. Yeah,
I
fantastic.
love that. That's really cool. Mark, get a copy.
Yeah, I know.
Yella, you need to get tested.
I really do, I think. So, Mike, just to recap, the news that you're telling us now is that there's now a new way to do your IELTS test.
Yes.
And that's computer-based.
Yeah, computer delivered. People should go onto our website, www.britishcouncil.org.eg, to find out more about where they can take those tests.
Okay, because they can't take them at home.
No.
You can sign up for. You can do the online thing, but you can't. The digital thing, anyways. But you can't go take them. In your home at home.
You can do them at home if you let Mike come round to your house and watch you to make sure you don't cheat.
I don't think Mike's going to sign up for that, Mark.
He's down for it. I can tell. He's house by house calls. Mike, is that right? So what else you got for us from the IELTS department?
Well, just what I wanted to mention, actually, if we've got a couple of moments, is just the support materials, because it is important that people prepare themselves properly for this exam to try and take away some of that fear and stress.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned briefly before, we've got a range of free offers in terms of preparation. There are some apps available. We have free info sessions regularly at our British Council offices. People can, if they want to, there are teaching centre preparation courses which are paid for, but really excellent opportunities are teaching centres in Cairo and Alexandria. So again, I just encourage people to go online and see what's there and start using that material.
And you're talking about the preparation for the test. What kind of a person would you say this would really benefit? If someone's listening right now, why would you say that it would be right for them?
Well, I think a lot of it's about people who have those aspirations, those dreams to further their careers, further their educational opportunities. A lot of the time, people have made that decision already, and they will need to take IELTS in order to kind of open that door, as I said before. But I think it's also for those people who want to find out in real depth where they stand in terms of their English, and they're thinking, possibly in this new globalized world, that English is going to be really important to them. Then they should have a look at IELTS and have a look at the prep materials and see if it's for them.
Oh, that's great. So get online, get onto the British Council website, see everything there. The resources are there, how to sign up for the exam. That's all there. And you can also visit the Facebook page. Is that correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, is it just for young people, sort of student age, or can it be for people of any age?
Yeah, it's not age specific, but I think we generally find it's slightly younger people, and I say that as a quite old person. So most people are
Don't say that, Mike.
Me.
You must be 21 if you're a day.
But it's generally, as I say, for people who are going into higher education, so undergrads moving into a postgraduate or going to an undergraduate course. Either, again, IELTS is now recognised around the globe in over 9,000 institutions, universities and professional organisations.
That's a lot of institutions, Mike.
Yep.
I'm not going to lie. That's a lot. 9,000 is a big number.
And I can't name them all.
So the Facebook page is British Council Egypt. So if you get yourself on there, you can find it. And this is an exciting new development then for the British Council.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant, and we're really excited. And we've only been doing it for 2 or 3 months now.
Okay.
But the response from candidates has been excellent. So we're already getting fantastic feedback in terms of take up and feedback we've collected from those candidates at how this was needed and this is wanted by candidates. So it's great.
That's
Excellent
great
stuff.
to hear. Really, really good.
Well, it's great to have you back in Egypt after 30 years, Mike. You've been missed. But also, you've got some family listening back in the UK today, haven't you?
Yeah. If I could just say hi to the family
Of
back in
course
the
you
UK.
can.
Please do. The mic
My
is all
wonderful
yours.
family. Thank
Who's
you
there?
for listening.
Who's there?
Well, gosh, now I'm going to forget something.
forgotten their
I'm
names.
hoping. I know Sally's online, my sister Sally.
Oh, hi, Sally.
Maybe Jacob and Hattie and Abby and Uriel, my son. And Fiona, possibly my other sister.
Oh, hi, guys.
You invited everyone to the party this morning. Thank you very
It's
much.
like an Oscar acceptance speech where afterwards you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot this person.
And could I just say hi to my fantastic exams teams as well?
Yes.
Because we wouldn't be able to do any of this without the hard work and professionalism of my teams in Cairo and Alex, and also the wider British Council team here. We've been here for 80 years, and that's because of all the people who've worked at the British Council.
Well, you're a great bunch of guys. We know quite a lot of the guys from the British Council, and they're always a joy to have on the show. Thank you very much for being with us, Mike.
Thank you so
very
much.
much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.
And get yourself online and check out all the information on IELTS and take it up. Why not?
Let me say it again. Let me say it.
Go on.
IELTS.
IELTS.
Woohoo! I got it now.
We've all got it.